Hey guys, Carl here. I want to do a little bit more, still in transmitter mode. I wanted to bring up some interesting things that I found, and kind of wanted to give you an insight on maybe some of the stuff I want to do in up the next coming videos. Unfortunately, this one I didn't get the talking house out yet. I want to set that up in the living room so I can show it off better. But right now, I'm running. This is the, here, let me get this out of the way. This is my AM transmitter we've been messing with, the one Rick McWhorter designed. And I have done some modifications to it. Here's a coil, another coil that I just wound yesterday actually to test this. Now it's kind of funny. If you remember when we first started this, there is a coil that I ordered for it and it worked right out of the box, worked great. I try to hook it up to this now, and like I said, I kind of built an enclosure, and you know, I've done some a little bit of design alteration, but for the most part, it's basically the same unit. But the coils, man, you talk about making a difference, especially on these AM ones. Like I said, this one here, I wound that and I got it working. Matter of fact, I got it working right now. This is a little buzzy, and if you notice, I got it on right now. It's only running on 9 volts, and it's only pulling 20 to 30 milliamps. Now, what's important about that? Well, the thing about that is, if I want to run this, take it, you know, make it a little more portable, take it into a room, and not have to carry a power supply with me, I can run a 9-volt battery on it. And I did that yesterday just to make sure it works. Now, I can crank it up to, let me go up to 12. You can hear the volume comes up just a little bit. Now that's 12 volts, and I'm still running at 30 milliamps. The didn't touch the radio. Still running, you know, in the same spot. Pretty clear. I think some of this is, you know, I'm right on top of it too. I was also running this in the other room, and it ran great. So, like I said, I made some adjustments. I made it so I made this enclosure so it's got something to sit in, and yet I got it so I got little screws so it'll come apart. It comes apart in 2 sections, and I got these plugs so I can plug it in and out too, work on it if I need to, and you know, both in and out. It all comes apart. Is what I'm trying to say. Now, okay, let me crank it up to 18 just to show you that. Now remember, Rick originally designed this to run on 24 volts. I wanted it to make sure if I wanted a lot of power, I wanted to make sure it ran on 18 volts, okay? And the reason for that is, you know, if you have 2 9-volt batteries and you just, you know, you hook them up in series, it's still portable. 9 volt, 18 volts, still works great. Now, right now at 18 volts, 18.5, I'm running at 40 milliamps. And it still sounds pretty darn good. Now here's something else I wanted to, there are several things I've been working on and I found real interesting. I wanted to share them. Just like the coil, the antennas make a big difference. Now this one antenna I have here it runs here, runs across, goes up, and I've got it running through the trailer because this is like a big shield box, and by running the antenna along the hallway, it helps me pick up stuff in the living room. So now the other antenna right now that I'm using is this one here, and this one I have it on a wire, and I don't want to blind you, but I've got it hooked up on my window up there. So I just wanted to show you that this makes a difference too. Now I'm going to disconnect this. Now right now that didn't make a darn bit of difference. Okay? This is the one that goes to the window, and it doesn't make any difference at all. But yet I tried another coil. I tried the big green coil. Remember this one here? And it runs pretty good on this. I gotta play with it a bit, but I can get it to run great on that one too. And if I hook it up to the outside, to the window one, besides the main antenna, you can tell a big difference. And sometimes it actually even changes the frequency to where it comes in at. So the coils on these AMs, it really makes a super difference. I wound another coil, trying to be slick, if I can show it here. And this one here, let me turn this down just a bit. This one here, because I wound it an awful lot like the other ones I had, you know, I try to be a little bit neater, though this is all experimental, these are all prototypes. So this one I had a hard time. I couldn't really get it to work. Now one other thing I wanted to cover real quick, let me move this out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my little FM. This is an older one I made, and I made a little enclosure for it too. But if you notice, this one here, I used the copper sheet. It's a base, and then if you see those little pads, all those little pads are little copper sheet squares I cut out. And what I did is I glued them onto the board and then put solder on them. And now because they're single-sided and they're isolated, they're separate pads. It was like an instant circuit board. And that's one really cool technique. And I got that from Desario. And he's a slick guy when it comes to this stuff. Now, one thing else I want to mention real quick here is okay. I got my ferric chloride chemical, so I can do some board etching. And actually, the guy that I called or I wrote and I said, just give me my money back. I don't want to deal with you anymore. And even before he had finally shipped it, the one that I got here already came. The guy, I ordered from another person while I was dealing with the one goofball. Those people got it out and got it here to me before the guy I was having problems with even got it in the mail. So, it just goes to show. Now, I got these, and I'll show you these here. Okay, here we go. I got a stack of boards, and that's what we're gonna make. We're gonna make the next one, only we're gonna do it like a regular circuit board. And I thought that'd be fun to do that together. Now originally I was thinking about doing this AM transmitter again and only do it in a circuit board. And I don't know if I'm gonna do that or I might just do another FM one. And only were these, I made a couple of these. They're single transistor, and they work great. I mean, they work great. But I was thinking about making one that has maybe 2 or 3 transistors on it. And now here is the board. This was my original design for the AM transmitter. Well, it's not my design, it's my layout. And this is basically how I laid it out for the what we have here now, where I did it on the perf board. And when I did that, I kind of, I did it backwards because this was going to be my circuit board layout. Because when you think about it, if you look through this here is this here. So you got to think you're coming from the top, but all your pads and everything are on the bottom, so you got to think backwards on it. But I thought maybe we'd maybe do an FM one and etch the board and kind of do it together. You guys could come along with me, and we'll see how that works. I've did etching. I've made little printed circuit boards in the past. It's been a while since I've did that, to be honest with you, years. A lot of years. But, and I have not done one with a FM transmitter. So I thought, wow, this might just be fun. And since we're doing transmitters, I would do it with you. So, just wanted to, kind of give you a heads up what I'm doing. And once again, I kind of wanted to talk about those coils. They make all the difference, especially with the AM. It completely changes your transmitter and how it works. It changes the frequencies, just like when you open and spread the coils on your FM. Well, here, because we're talking, instead of little teeny waves that zip 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 zip, we're talking about these long waves that hundreds of feet long, and all that, or whatever. We're talking huge as compared to tiny, and things move different, and they go through those coils different. So, that's how come FM works different than AM. It's a theory is kind of close to the same, but a lot of the stuff is like night and day. So the coils make a big difference. And I've had a lot of fun, actually. I don't know if I'm going to wrap a couple more. I think I'm going to kind of wrap up on this one for right now. Looking to making a nice little FM one. And see if we can get that one working okay. Down the road, maybe we could even do a shortwave. A lot of people, you have these shortwave radios, and you never use them. Wouldn't it be cool if you could make a little transmitter that you could actually broadcast one of your shortwaves? I don't know. But anyway, down the road, we're going to look into FM, and I'll get the talking house together. And until later on, guys, I'll let you go for now, and see you real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.